If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night. And down with the window open, baby, leave my key outside the door. We don't need to tell nobody, but I think I'm ready to be only for the night. If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night. And down with the window open, baby, leave my key outside the door.
Hey, we're back. It's Wednesday, and we have 15 auctions and 20 new auctions going up today. So we have a lot going on. I'm excited about that. Hope you guys are too. Anyway, let's get a little bit cozy here. We'll be here for a little bit today. Just under an hour show. So hopefully we get some good snipes and we end up with a big victory at the end of the day, huh? A lot going on this week with the cold weather. Been shut up indoors, and getting a little antsy to get back outside. But we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to go skiing tomorrow morning. Meet with financial advisor in the afternoon, and then on Friday we're going out to dinner with Tito and his wife. So that's exciting. It was Tito's birthday earlier this week, aka Rad Mixtape, who makes a lot of comments on a lot of my videos. So I always appreciate him. So yeah. Well, we know what we need to do here first. We got to get things started, right? We have to thank our sponsor, Mr. Nissan. Thank you, Mr. Nissan. And what are we drinking with Mr. Nissan today? Ooh, the highly coveted Mad Butcher. Look at that. That looks delicious. It is delicious. It doesn't just look delicious. It is delicious. So we're sitting at about $341 in bids at the moment. My goal is to hit 460 today, so we need another $110 in bids extra. It's a little bit of a stretch. We'll see what ends up happening here, right? Take a little sip here. Oh, that's the first sip of beer since Saturday. Let me tell you, that tastes good. All right, well, let's do this. Let's take a look at what we have going on today. Let me hit the refresh button here first. And we'll see the first two auctions that end in 12 minutes. They're going to be the Simpsons Bart Nightmare. This is at $15.50. Now I have this as a buy it now all the way through the holidays for like $21, I think. And now we're at $15.50 as an auction. Curious to see where it ends up. What if it's higher than the buy it now? What if it's lower than the buy it now? Who knows? The next one, we have Mario Party 4 for the GameCube. That's currently at $50. Then we have SimCity in the box, complete. The box is a little rough, but hey, it's complete. And that's sitting at $2. And $2 is pretty low, in my opinion. So we'll see. I know it's a relatively common game, but it's got the box, you know. So that also came off a Buy It Now that I think was at $28, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong. Then we have Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. What a great game. That is a gem of a game, and that's sitting at $34. We have Landstalker for Sega Genesis. Game in box, $36. And then we have this Baton Kaitos Origins for the GameCube. Yeah, it's a double disc game for GameCube. If it was on any other system, it'd been a single disc. All right, then we get into one getting quite a few bids this morning is the Toe Jam and Earl. That is one funky game. Definitely interesting, sitting at $37. Then we have a Game Boy Classic of the Final Fantasy Legend 2. Oh, God. You're right, Mark. SimCity on the Super Nintendo is fun because it's so basic and even has a save feature, which takes a long time to load, which is very bizarre to me all the time. But regardless, it is a fun. You got your commercial, industrial, and residential zones. You're always trying to make the people happy. You can lose hours into that game. It is a fun game. Really fun game. Next we have up here, we have the Bomberman Max Reg Challenger for the Game Boy Color. That's a lot to say. Sitting at $5.50. That's complete in box. I'm expecting a little bit of action on this one here. Then we have Mega Man 8 Anniversary Collection for the PlayStation 1. And also for PlayStation 1, we have Contra Legacy of War for the Sony PlayStation 1. Look at that. There's a version of this that used 3D glasses. And I thought it was just the Saturn one. But as I was looking for cover art, I saw ones that had the 3D graphic image on the game. So there must be a variant. Or, I don't know. It's kind of confusing me. It never worked, but maybe it's because I'm colorblind, Stacy. All right, so next we have up Cliffhanger. Look at Sylvester Stallone hanging from the cliff. Sega CD coming in at $13.50. And we have Mega Man 5. This had a little movement today already. Mega Man 5, X5, I should say. $12.50. And you get a whole 10 NES games for $41. And then you can get the Super Nintendo lot of 5 games, including F-Zero, which is a killer game, for $51. And that's what we have up for today. Isn't that exciting? And we have 20 games going up later. Maybe we can review those quick too, shall we? Let's look at our scheduled event. So first on the scheduled, we see Donkey Kong for Nintendo. Again, these will all start at 99 cents. I mean, for the Game Boy, 99 cents. And it's going to have a Mega Man theme for next week. So get ready for it. Get ready to be excited. We have Mega Man 1 for Nintendo. Every 5 minutes, for the most part, we're going to have a Mega Man game drop next week. So we have one pairing one. So Donkey Kong, Mega Man. Then we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories. Yeah, that's stories. That looks like it's spelled weird. Dark Duel Stories. I think I got it right. And then we have Mega Man 2 for NES. Then we have Castlevania Adventure for the Game Boy original. Then we have Mega Man 3 for the NES. Look at this Mega Man's going here. Then we have The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the original Game Boy, which is when they redid for the Switch, which was kind of cool. It actually, same story, everything, I guess. Pretty neat. Mega Man 4 for NES. And we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Fall of the Foot Clan for the Game Boy. And then Mega Man 5 for NES. Am I seeing a complete collection almost here, folks? Then we have Super Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super Nintendo. Then we have Mega Man 6. That is the complete collection for the NES. So this will give people opportunities to complete their collection by bidding on the auctions. I was going to make it one big auction lot of all 6 games, but let's just break it up and have a little bit of fun. That's what I was thinking. All right. Super Punch-Out for Super Nintendo. And then we're relisting the Zelda, the wild game that went for $250 last week from the guy in Canada that opened his account 2 days beforehand. Yeah, F you. You never paid. So, it's back up. So I'm hoping that other guy that was bidding it up is interested in it. I do apologize for that. He did write in the comments about a bot, and that's no bot. That's just somebody that bid, like, who knows how high he bid. Maybe he bid $1 million for all I know. And he is trying to make it that nobody could win the game for some reason. I have no idea why. With no intention to pay, apparently. Really sucks. I hate people. Anyway. And you can't really get after them hard because they're international. I can't send them an invoice, nothing. So I pulled it this morning, relisted it. We're back in business. All right, then we have Killer Instinct for the Game Boy OG. Look at this. 2 games. 2. We have the Anniversary Collection, which has all the original plus like Mega Man 8 and 7 on the Sony PlayStation 2. And then we have the Mega Man X series on there as well, too. Another game. So we get all the X games and all the original an anniversary collection for the Sony PlayStation 2. Then we have a lot of 3 games for the TurboGrafx 16, and they consist of the Casino Kid, Powered Golf, and then TV Sports Football, I think it's called. Then we have another lot of three Mega Man games. We have basically those same 2 anniversary ones. You got the Mega Man X collection, the anniversary for normal Mega Man, and then it has Mega Man X Command Mission, which is pretty rare. So all 3 of those are in that lot. And we pulled out of a buy it now situation. Whoop, didn't sell, so we're doing a 99-cent auction as promised. Devil's Crush. This is a very rare TurboGrafx 16 game, and I have high expectations. Along with, we pulled this out of the buy it now, Castlevania Dracula X for Super Nintendo. Really flipping rare. All right? So we have a really cool ending to next week. I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. So let's get into the 2 games that are up right now. I see Mario Party already went up $1. It was at $50 when we were reviewing it earlier. So that's good news. And we have Bart's Nightmare at $15.50. Cheers. Well, that was a lot of talking. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. So I hope you guys are all having a great day today. It is definitely warming up. It's been super cold. The coldest it's been in 3 years, I think they said on the news. And I started working on an ice bar in the backyard. Kyle's supposed to be working in his too, but I see he has trouble getting past the first bucket. Kyle. But anyway, it is kind of a week thing I'm doing. So I'm using 5-gallon pails. I'm doing kind of 2 at a time. And even with it as cold as it was, you have to let them be out there a good 24 hours before you can pull them almost, because to get it to, how do you say it? Things freeze down. Okay. So it's hard to explain. So the bucket, they'll pop out a little bit and bow on the bottom. It's kind of hard on the bucket. I hope I didn't wreck my clam bucket. But yeah, then they pop out, right? But when I'm looking at from overnight last night, where it was below freezing all night, I have this much ice on the top and around the sides a little bit, but the whole bottom's all water yet. So I can't dump those yet. And I have a feeling this ice bar is going to be complicated to finish without another really good cold stretch. But you know, I feel like I have the whole month of February to finish this, because it'll be kind of more of a March bar. That's what I'm kind of planning anyway. We'll see, right? But yeah, it should be exciting. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Come have a drink with me in my backyard and look at Kyle's yard, because it's facing his fence. That does taste really good. Tastes extraordinarily good. So yeah, no, that's kind of exciting in its own sense. Another thing I've been working on. So I've been going through that game collection that I picked up, right? And every now and then you run into things that are like, what is this? And this game right here, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's called The Twisted Tales of Spike McFain. I guess it's super rare. It's a $200 game. I can get it to work occasionally. And I had read that sometimes if the battery's bad, if you put a new one in, it'll fix the problem. Well, I soldered in a new battery. The problem really didn't go away. And even more weird is I can get it to play sometimes, and I went to save the game, and I got it to play again, it didn't do the save. So it's a little bit depressing. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. But, the views are going up on Mario Party 4. It's kind of fun to watch. At least I thought I saw it move. I thought it, yeah. Whoa. It goes 166 to 171. It just keeps going back and forth. If you watch it on the screen, look right below on the very top. It says 166 for views. And then it'll say 171, and then it'll go back to 166. Now it went away. No, 171. It says 171 now, right? if you keep watching that, I'll go back to 166. Look at that. That's weird. All right, we're under a minute, though, on these two auctions. Mario Party 4 is sitting at $51. And Bart's Nightmare is still at $15.50. Are we going to get any snipes? Is it going to happen? I don't know. But regardless, very depressing about this game. Got some work to do on it. That is full show. All right, 35 seconds. What's going to happen here? I'm not seeing much action. No, they did not pay for that game, Mark, which I kind of expected they weren't going to because it was ridiculously high. But it is listed back up to go live today, and we should see how that turns out. All right, we're at 15 seconds. We're in true snipe land here. I kind of wonder if anything's going to happen. You just don't know, do you? Don't know until you know. 51 and 15.50. Are we going to start out with this terrible situation here? Oh, we got a 56. We got a snipe.
If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try.
All right, that was kind of a cheesy new graphic. I didn't like that one as much. Might scrap that. It has the same beginning song as my other thing, too. But I'm trying to put in more snipe things for Katie so that she is entertained when she watches the videos, because she was complaining last week. So we did pick up a $5 snipe, though. So I'm just going to jot that down. 5. Need a lot more than that, though. We need big numbers. No whammies, though. No whammies, right? All right, well, I don't want to promote this listing. Promoting the listings is, like, ridiculous. Oh, this went up a quarter. Oh, I hate people bid so finicky sometimes on eBay. It just cracks me up. So 34 to 34. Okay. So these have room to grow. I would say they both have room to grow. So we have SimCity in the box sitting at $2.25. And then we also have Castlevania 4 sitting at $34. Yes, new contents. That snipe video was like 8 years long. I agree, Mark. I agree. I don't like that one. I think that one might be going away. There might be some other long ones too coming up. Sound creepy. What? Jeez, Katie. Update bid last week. That was told. Yeah, so Katie, the person never paid for it. Never paid for it. So here's the deal with the snipe videos. Oh, I'm having a mad butcher. Nate, this is what we're having right now. So when I make the snipe videos, I'm doing them on Canva, and I'm too cheap to pay for pro, so I have to use the free sample stuff. And it's very, very limited on artwork and audio. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you do, right? It kind of is what it is. All right, so we're $2.25 still and $34. We have 9 watchers and then 20 watchers. We need some action here. You do, Nate, and I don't know of, maybe up in the cities you might be able to find some in cans yet. Around Mankato, I haven't seen it for sale in quite some time now. I know that the brewery is running till the end of the month, and I think you can buy the cans there, but they're charging a fortune for them. So I want to say they're almost charging like $5 a can to take home. And that's kind of ridiculous in its own sense, but farewell, Mad Butcher. But their brewer went to Shells. So keep your eye out in Shells for a new IPA. Who knows, right? Because Mad Butcher was their best brand, without a doubt. Take that to the bank. All right, so we're sitting here at 1 minute and 35 seconds. Not much movement. $34 and $2.25. Yeah, it is what it is. So my buddy Mike recommended a movie the other day, something Tomahawk. I watched it yesterday, and I was about to write him off as liking the worst movie of all time. But then I kind of liked it toward the end. I don't know. Oh, we got another bid on the Sim City. Look at it's going up. 355. We just keep getting bids on it. Keep that going, folks. That thing needs some action. 355. What a weird number. Better not end on that. 380. Oh, whew. Another quarter. 9 watchers. We'll see what happens here. Somebody get a good deal on it. Looks like. All right, we're down 37 seconds. The Castlevania sitting at 34. That's a steal for $34 too. Kind of matters when you catch these people at the right timings, right? But we'll see here. We're getting close to Snipe Land. Very close to Snipe Land. 380 and 34. We're at 16 seconds. We're in Snipe Land. Come on. Don't cricket me here. 10 seconds. 380, $34. Come on. Come on. There's a snipe. 422. $14 1 cent. $41. We got dual snipes. How about that? Let's try this new video, Katie. Now that was sweet. I kind of like that one. I let it play a little long too because I just love a good snipe party. So that was fantastic. Makes me think of Mexico on Vacation where the guy is playing the saxophone and he's so good at it. All right, I'm going to make little mental notes here. Sorry, 18, 34, 7. All right. Let's go to the next set of auctions. This was at 36. It's still at 36. And this was at 1750. And that has moved to 1850. All right. So we got Landstalker for Sega Genesis, which is sitting at $36. Too Much Sax. You like the party? Sorry, I'm reading the chat on the other side here. $36 for Landstalker, and we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and the Batten Kaitos Origins at 1850. We'll see what ends up happening here, huh? Geez, that tastes pretty good. That tastes pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, this Landstalker game, when I did the video on this, the first time I ever played it, and it's an RPG. I didn't really realize it, and it actually seems like it's probably a pretty darn good game. I like the classics, if that makes sense. In fact, I've been playing a new game, Michael Lamont. I found a game to play, and I've put several hours into it this week, and I am enjoying it. So let's chat about that. Let's take the screen away for a sec. Keep burping. Is this the right one? That ain't it. I thought I had... Oh, here. It is called Sea of Stars. And it's multi-platformed out. You can play it on a lot of different things, okay? Platforms: Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. I think it should say PC here too. Because I'm playing it on the PC. On my brother would be so happy I'm playing on my Asus ROG. So it is a classic role player. Got a little bit of a feel of Chrono Trigger to it, but the graphics are really nice and tight. It's got a easy to pick up on battle system that's challenging enough the whole way through. Very Zelda-like feel too, but it is turn-based when you're actually fighting. So I really enjoy it. And I heard the guy who created it made a game called The Messenger before this. So when I beat this, I'm going to go buy The Messenger. But it's got fun floor bosses. It's a good story, kind of comical. Some good animation scenes. I really have been enjoying it. It's been a really fun game. So it's called Sea of Stars, retro-inspired turn-based RPG. What more could you want? Yeah, I've had this. I played it 6 hours in 2023 and hadn't picked it back up again. And I was talking last week and I was kind of just digging through my stuff. For some reason, I feel like I own it for the Switch too, but I probably don't. But it is a fun one to pick up on. Mark's he's been playing Marvel's Midnight Suns. It's a turn-based RPG. I can't handle superhero stuff. I am so superheroed out. I can't even say it. Like, I feel like they put the name on it. They can just degrade how much they really have to do to make the game. But all right, we're getting close to snipe time. I know that gets Katie excited. Gets me excited too. We're at $36. We got 20 seconds. We're in snipe land. $36 for Landstacker. $18.50 for the GameCube game Backton. Now, $18.50 is way too low for that game. It only has 13 watchers. Oh, we're already up to $22.50. We got movement. We got the first snipe. 7 seconds to go. $36.29. Another snipe. All right, we can keep going. Keep going. 1 second. 0. We just got 29, so we did get a snipe. That's good. Now that one's cheesy. I think we can all agree on that. And you can thank Katie for that one. Yeah, she definitely inspired me. Let's see here. So let's just say it's another 11. All right, so if I got 29, I got a ways to go. We're not hitting the snipes that I'm hoping to get, but hopefully something magical happens. Toe Jam and Earl was at 37. Ooh, that jumped up to 41. That's a good sign. Let's see here. That's the next on this one. 1250 to 1250. All right. So we have Toe Jam and Earl sitting at $41 in Final Fantasy Legend 2. You know, I think everybody knows how to play the drums, Mark. Oh, Michael, what did he say? Oh, look at all these other ones here. It's made by the same people that XCOM. I do not like XCOM games. I know so many people like those XCOM games. I could never get into them. I struggle. Now, I know they're very popular, so it's probably a well-made game. I would think, but who knows. Michael started messing around with Manor Lords. It's a city builder. Oh, city builders, they gotta be really simplistic for me to get into it. Yeah, my patience on learning things is like this. For some reason, I instantly get sleepy and I want to fall asleep if I have to learn, and I get really bored. Go figs. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. So we have about 3 minutes left. We have the Toe Jam and Earl for Sega Genesis. And for the original Game Boy, we're sitting on Final Fantasy Legends 2. Legend 2? Legends 2? Legend 2. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Then you think it'd be Final Fantasy Legends because it's 2? Or Legend 2? I don't like that. All right. I was kind of thinking Big Dog. I'm going to Big Dog tonight. I'm not bringing any kids. Nice. Well, Katie, if Stacy doesn't go, I'm still going. So, probably be there around 4:30. Now that tastes good. All right, so it's here at 2 minutes and 9 seconds. No new movement, really. We're at $41 and $12.50. Stacy's been doing that ab workout thing. Yeah, she's getting ripped. At least I think she's doing that up there. All right, so let's see here. Anything going to go on with these guys? I don't know. Good news, though, is our Mexico vacation's coming up. Less than 100 days away. So get ready for that. We'll have to go live from the pool on the Wednesday there. I did that last year. Where were we? Yeah, we were at the same resort in Mexico. And I went live for like 4 minutes. Not even a minute. Yeah, Katie said she's gonna wear a robe, I think, the whole time. I don't know what that's about. Maybe she thinks she's Jesus. I don't know. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute. And no movement. Toe Jam and Earls at $41. And we got Final Fantasy Legend 2 at $12.50. So now shooting the videos this week, I put a whole bunch of Game Boy games up. And I was using this to shoot the videos with. And I didn't realize that some of the original Nintendo Game Boy games ended up making a border around them. And it was kind of fun to play. Like the Donkey Kong did like the marquee all the way around the graphic, like the arcade. So it's kind of, oh, hey, look at that. We got a bid. $15.50 on Final Fantasy Legend 2. Well, that's kind of sweet. I'll take it. Take it. We're at 15 seconds, 41, 15.50. Any more snipey lands? Anything. And, oh, there we go. $17. And that one ended at that. There we go.
Wow!
We did that one for Stacy. That's her favorite one. So, 17. Let's say 5 there. All right. Well, isn't that just exciting? Oh, this one, $5.50. Has this gone up yet since we looked at? No, $5.50 still. This one has wiggle room, like plenty of wiggle room. So I like to think that we have a good opportunity there. So we're at $10.50 for Mega Man 8. And we have the Bomber. Now, this is kind of like a preview to next week with the Mega Man, right? I'm trying to figure out how to get this the best way on the screen. There we go. That's good. All the Mega Man games going up next week. Ooh, daddy. I think we have 9 different auctions with Mega Man in it next week. I'm getting all the notifications and everything right now. It's always fun. All right, so we're at 3 minutes and 50 seconds. We have the Bomberman Max Red that is sitting at $5.50. And we have the Mega Man 8 sitting at $10.50. I haven't had a chance to get out and fish yet. Oh, we just got a bid on the the Bomberman. I want to say Mega Man. Bomberman to $7.50. So it went up $2. That's good. Let's see what happens here. Man, that does taste nice. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. But yeah, I got to get out and fish. So I'm trying to think about, I think Saturday is a good chance we're going to go out and ski. And there's a live band out there from 2 to 5. That's I actually kind of enjoyed last time I heard them out in the docks out at Madison Lake. And, oh, we got another bid, $8.50. That Bomberman, people are getting itchy on it. I want to see bigger jumps than that, though. We need bigger jumps than that. I think you guys can agree with that, right? I would say so. $8.50. Woo, a 50-cent jump. I like how people just sit here and play with change. Cracks me up. But what do? I have that box in a nice box, too. Because it's original in the box. I mean, look at all that stuff you get. I mean, there's some good stuff in there. Oh, man. Yeah, Katie, you can beat it. Oh, we're up to $13. That's a big jump. $13 for the Bomberman. Sitting here having like a stroke, just thinking about stuff, not talking. That's always exciting, right? Let's see here. Let's hope we need next week. We have some bigger titles in there. It's going to be really exciting next week. And hope I don't know what's usually better, to come in at a low price and see them shoot up and then stress out all week, or have lots of bids early in the week and then you feel pretty confident going in. I don't know. Kind of a weird scenario, really, I think. $13 and $10.50 at 1 minute. All right, 1 minute remaining. Getting close to the Snipes time. Wesley Snipes, let's see you in action. So we have 19 watchers on the Bomberman and 11 on the Mega Man 8. Mega Man 8's a good game, but they've like redone it so many times. You can play it on the Switch. You can play it on so many things. And I think the best version back in the day was the Saturn one. $13.50? Was it $13.50 before or 13 even? They just go up 50 cents? Come on, people. Quit nickel and diming me. Put some big money in there. Bid like you mean it. Bid like you mean it. Let's see here. 20 seconds. We're in Snipe Land. We are in Snipe Land. Are we going to get anything good out of this? These are some low dollars. 10 seconds to go. $13.50, $10.50. $13.50, $10.50. And $16.50. That was a nice little jump. $18.36 and $20.50. Yes, it's a sniping party. Is that not sweet? That is a good one. I like that one. All right, let's get up to the next two, shall we? Oh, we got two big bangers again. $3.25 and Cliffhanger sitting at $13.50. Ooh. Ooh. This might be a rough little segment here. Let's see here. The next two are pretty good auctions. We have a lot of 10 NES games coming up. You never know what that's going to do. But anyway, most exciting. So yeah, the Sea of Stars game, though, I do highly recommend. You can play it on so many different things. And that's what I like about buying things when they're clearanced on Steam. You can sit on and wait a little bit, because I wasn't always planning on getting into that more. But yes, it kind of does, Nate. I agree with you. I agree with you. All right, so yeah, I don't know, the vacation coming up, it will definitely be interesting, and we will see how it goes. When I was trying to fix this game that I brought up earlier, I've always had a shaky hand when I solder. And I don't notice my hands ever being shaky, but lots of times my friends will notice it, and I'm like, I'm not shaky. I mean, I can sit here and write with a pen all day. No problem, right? But when I get a soldering iron down, I start just going like this. I don't know what the deal is. And I shot the video, and I ended up not posting it, because first of all, it really wasn't the issue, because I licked this battery afterward, and there's plenty of power in it. So yeah, I was just like, why is it every time I solder, I just shake like a mofo? It is what it is, I guess. I wonder how Joe's doing in that fish house. Are you sitting out there today, Joe, or are you at work, going on your way to work today, I wonder? Everybody, inquiring minds want to know. It does taste nice, though. See, it's kind of tough when I set my quota up every week, because you got to get some of the, how do you say it, meat and potato games mixed in. I know Contra's not going to go for a ton of money. I know Cliffhanger isn't going to go for a ton of money, right? But I got to sell these things. And I feel like each game is good enough not to lot it up, if that makes sense. So I do want to sell them individually. And you know, granted, you get $13.50. Let's just say this ends up at $15 or whatever. It's worth the time you put into it, but it's not as exciting on the show to go, "Ooh, we just won something for $15." But then again, somebody might go back and watch these at some point in their lives, and if they're looking to sell things or whatnot, and set the expectations correctly, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. It is interesting. It is definitely interesting. So I was, my buddy Mike reached out to me and hit me up with about Cato Bid had a whole bunch of stuff ending today for auction, and they're up in like was it Medelia, hour and a half away, wherever it was, and there's a couple of decent games in there, but they still had like 10 hours to go, and some were sitting like $70. It might be worth 140, might be, and one in particular, I should say, not some, and some were like way over like what you should pay for it anyway. And then on that site, you have to pay 15% on top of what you paid plus taxes. So if you bid $100, it's going to end up costing you like $123. And then you got to drive an hour and a half each way. So you got to really come into something. All right, we're in Snipe Land here. We're at 11 seconds. I'm not overly excited. 10 seconds here. $3.25 is cheap. $13.50 is cheap. Is somebody going to have a happy day? I mean, they has to pay. Oh, we got $6. We got a little baby snipe in there. Just a little baby one. We'll just do this.
Wow!
There you go. We got like another $3 on there. Well, that's pretty sweet, I guess. All right, let's move on. We got Mega Man X5 sitting at $12.50. All these Mega Mans, I tell you. And then we have the Nintendo lot sitting at $41. We have 14 watchers in the Nintendo lot and 11 watchers on Mega Man X5. So maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we won't. There's some good NES games in here, though. You got the Arch Rivals, Mickey Mousescapes, Kings of the Beach, Anticipation, Hogan's Alley, Super Sprint, Top Gun, Marble Madness, Wizards and Warriors, Bayou Billy. Yeah. Look at that. I don't know. Looks like a lot of fun to me. We're at 3 minutes and 47 seconds. So I was thinking about, because the individual that was on the counter end bidding up the Zelda game, he made comments on the live video. I think he is actually watching the live video, which is great. You know, I want the customers to be watching. I hope my friend Victor's watching, by the way. Victor, I know I haven't been selling a ton of Master System games or as much Genesis, but there'll be more to come. Don't worry about that. But regardless, if you're watching this, it's like a 30-second delay or 15 seconds, something like that. And so if you're waiting for the counter on my end to go down, you might be sadly disappointed because you will have already missed it. But who knows? So we're still at 12:50 and 41. We're under 3 minutes to go. We have one more auction after this for Super Nintendo games. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, folks. The nitty gritty. Let me see. I'm going to do some quick math here. There's 20, 30, 41, 49. This quota might be tough to hit this week unless something miraculous happens here, which I don't think we're going to hit my quota this week. I kind of banked on the quota this week, though, of one of the Buy It Nows going, and none of the Buy It Nows went this week. So the Buy It Nows are kind of an interesting sea I'm going through here. So I pulled two back. Next week's going to be a really big week for sales. I'm excited for that. But, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I didn't have like a real banger title this week in here, which I got to make sure I get those in, because like I don't think anything went over $100, and nor should anything have gone over $100. If that makes any sense. So that's my own fault. I got to mix things in a little bit tighter, a little bit better. But I'm trying to move some inventory out, so that's also important. Don't you love how I have this camera right here? Pretty exciting. I tell you guys, this is my life. All right, let's see here. We are at 1:20. We're still at $12.50 for Mega Man X5 and $41 for the 10 NES game lot. I wonder if we're going to get rich or not here. That's the question, right? I have to go watch that Tomahawk movie again. It was really disturbing. I kept like waiting to hear if it was partially based on a true story or something. It kind of had some hints of Predator in it, which was weird, even though it wasn't like sci-fi whatsoever. But the Native Americans would blow into these things that they're just creepy sounding. And that's how they had like kind of told each other where they were. Some kind of sounded like a wolf howl, and other ones just kind of sounded like really strange. All right, under 30 seconds, 12:50 and 41. We're getting down to Snipe Land at the 20-second mark. All right, we're in Snipe Land. 20 seconds to go. $12.50 and $41. What could possibly happen? I'm hoping something. $21.50 and $41. 5 seconds to go. We got no movement. We have no movement. Oh, we got $1 snipe. Wow. Wow. That was kind of dumb. I guess that was a snipe. A buck. I'll write it down. $1. All right. Well, we're getting into our final auction here. This was at 51. It's still at 51. There we go. $51 for 5 Super Nintendo games. I'd love to have another snipe party if I could. Let me tell you. That would make my day. But we'll see. We got 4 minutes to go. I hope you guys are all having a great week. I hope you stayed warm. I hope your furnace has kept working. Crazy to see those videos and pictures down south. Like Louisiana, Baton Rouge, like getting snow. Like, this is crazy. And like 7 inches of snow. It's kind of hard to comprehend, really. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. I'm looking forward to the big dog tonight, though. I feel good getting out of the house a little bit. Been kind of locked up since it's so cold. Haven't skied since Friday last week. That's a long time. So, yeah, I'll have to make sure to get out. And I got to see if Jen wants to go skiing with me Thursday or Friday. I'm kind of leaning that she should go with me Friday. It's going to be warmer. Saturday's going to be pretty cold, I think. But I have the right clothes. But she doesn't ski that much, and I don't want her to freeze her buttocks off. We'll see. We had fun when Kyle went skiing with us a couple weekends ago. He's going to have to make sure to come out and do that again. All right, $51. 2 minutes and 40 seconds ago. I've been working on my Golden Tee projects and stuff like that. And let me tell you, if you know anything about emulation, you got to understand how TechnoParrot works. It's not even emulation. It's just running the true software. It's just making sure that the things are pointed to the right things to make it run, essentially. So all you need is like an okay CPU and like a 4-year-old graphics, 4 or 5-year-old graphics card, and you can run most of the games that you see at the arcade at full speed. Now I've heard the newer stuff coming out now, they're no longer having images on hard drives. They're actually coming off a disk. Kind of like, it's got like a disk key maybe. I'm not sure how it works. But they're really hacking the snot out of these things. Which is good and bad. I don't like piracy to the point of, you know, something's new that there's no reason to make new things anymore. But if I'm sitting there playing Golden Tee 2010, that's 15 years old. I think that should be just fine. But the graphics are really nice, Golden Tee 2010. And it is a lot of fun. So, I always feel kind of weird about shooting videos and me playing it that way, because I can't remember what the copyright laws are, how many years it is. But the game plays so well. Stacey's cousin recently picked up an arcade pedestal similar to one I have, and he works IT for a pretty big company. And he had broke the USB port that went to the controls. And I thought, oh, what's this guy doing? But then he told me all the stuff he has working on it already. And I'm like, yeah, it took me years to learn that. He can just do it. 30 seconds. All right, $51. So he's doing just a fine. All right, we're getting in the snipe. 20 seconds to go. $51, and the show ends, guys. Let's not get a crickets here. Everybody likes Super Nintendo games, right? There's some fun ones in here, too. $51, 8 seconds to go. 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, we got a 56. That's a $5 boost. That's a beer, big dog. So we got a little bit of something. Let's end it on... apologize here for the delay. I want one more party. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate you. Next week, we have some big ones coming out. We're going to go over $1,000. We're going to go way over budget, okay? The goal is over $1,000 next week. That's more than double what we did today. So get excited. Have some fun. Enjoy your day. Thank you for watching.